I didn't get. So I was on board with her, but he did say, you know what, I thought it was going to change.
Now, that's the part where I was like, Joe, come on now.
Right, I know.
I mean, you don't even have to be educated like that. All you got to do is listen to a Too Short album, and you'll find out that you can't turn a garden tool into a housewife.
You said a garden tool. That's just wrong. I do not subscribe to that statement, by the way, just to make that official. But, yeah, I don't know. I kind of like, yeah, you expect I don't know, but are people really going to change that much? The problem is money. And that was apparent, too, by what she was saying. You know, like, yeah, you know, you're not getting it done as far as paying the bills. Right, people. That's probably why she got into it, because she figured, okay, this guy's an ex-NBA guy, number one overall draft pick. He's probably got money. I'm gonna be good. Well, now all of a sudden,
yeah,
he's I don't know if he got his retirement yet or whatever, but he ain't got the money coming in. Yeah. So she's like, man, we got to do something. I'm not changing my style of life.
Yeah.
So I want to keep living the high life, keep living in luxury. So I got something to sell. I'm selling it. I was like, okay.
Now
he should be happy.
The only part I do agree with, with Joe, is at least tell me. Now, so when my money
just didn't tell her before. You mean discuss it before?
Discuss it before, because now it's all good when I'm bringing money in, but we start to struggle and you need to go get something. You're going to go make sure you straight? Like, come on. Right. I mean, you're going to notice a difference in your account.
She was probably paying the bills.
Well,
she's probably paying the bills with the money.
Well, I tell you what.
I'm just saying, listen, she didn't.
Uncle Shay Shay had a very interesting take on this, and it's humorous, but I agree. He said, "Yeah, it was foul that she didn't tell him, but if I saw that check and it said $200K, he said, shoot, I'm gonna be like, all right, baby, you can fire that cameraman, because I'm gonna be your camera guy. We in this together.
And how can we scale up?
Yeah, like if you eating like that, it's hard to beef. But like I said yesterday, if it's one of those situations like on Harlem Nights when Eddie Murphy told Della Reese, like, he said, how your girls been back there all night and they only made $200? Like, if you only coming in with $200-$300 and you ain't making no cake,
right?
Then I'm like, I'm up in arms. Yeah, but
you'd be better off waitressing.
Come on, man. If you bringing in an extra $10K every other week because you showing pictures, like, yeah, I know I wouldn't, just on the surface, I wouldn't want my wife to be exposed to everybody that has her OnlyFans account.
That's why you ain't marrying an ex-adult film star.
That is very true.
So you already solved that problem immediately.
Yeah. But you start bringing in that cake, it's a different story. Truth Nation, hit us up. Let us know your thoughts. Right. We definitely going to get into some more topics, but it seemed like we just didn't have enough time to get into everything yesterday, and definitely wanted to get Tony's opinion on this Joe Smith situation. We got a big show coming up for you. Joe. That is, oh, gosh. And every time I hear Joe, I just think of Kamala Harris. We did it, Joe. We did it, Joe. But anyway, again, some big topics, especially around the sports scene, and Colorado.
The Packers stinking?
Oh, no. This is a little heavier. Colorado, Coach Prime. Colorado Buffs were playing at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena over the weekend and played against UCLA. And while they were on the field playing, Colorado's locker room was being robbed. So we'll talk about,
which is ridiculous.
Yes, we'll talk about the Colorado football players getting.
That's a good neighborhood, the Rose Bowl area.
Yeah, it had to be something. But here's another thing: is it too much flashiness going on social media? You see Shedeur Sanders with playing football games and Rolex watches. He drives a Maybach. They show up in at the game with all this jewelry and Gucci stuff and this, that, and the other. Is really a perfect place to hit somebody, but security shouldn't
really
be.
Not.
But the thing is,
you and I worked in arenas. You can't get in there.
Yes,
you can't even get in the hallway.
That's the thing.
You can't even get in the hallway.
That is so curious to me. It's like, how in the world that I have a problem getting around some stadiums with a press pass?
With the pass, right?
Like
the press don't let you get everywhere. You gotta have all access to get everywhere.
Exactly.
It's gotta say all access on your pass.
Yes. So how in the world does someone get inside the Colorado Buffaloes locker room?
It's an inside
at
job.
the Rose Bowl.
Inside job.
Yes. So we'll talk about that. And also, even more interesting, you know about the whole Marcus Jordan, Larsa, Pippen.
Puke.
Yeah. Well, here's some more puke medicine for you. Marcus has come out and says that he wants his dad, the GOAT, Michael Jordan, to be his best man.
What?
For facial reactions, you can stream and watch us live on YouTube and Twitter at 1017 The Truth and 101.7 TheTruth.com. I am not making this up.
Clickbait by Telly.
We're going to get in all of this, man. But when I saw that, and then his rationale behind it, and believe me, this is not giving away any details of the story, but his rationale is, well, when you got remarried, I was your best man. And when my brother got married, we were his best men. So we have to keep the tradition going.
Full circle here.
But, did he forget that Michael is not on board with this?
Clearly.
Oh my gosh,
you're the daddy. You got to do it.
You are the perfect person to be in this studio today, being a former NBA player, because I can't even begin to imagine having the situation or scenario of my son is about to marry my former teammate's ex-wife. That's a lot going on, man. That is a lot going on, and we will continue.
Sounds like a movie.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, it certainly does. It certainly does, and so we will get into that. And again, we are working to get DT on with us this morning, so please stick with us. And we also will get into women. If you have a good man, hold on to him. There was an excerpt on social media talking about good men and how do you hold on to them and identifying you have a good man. Yesterday, we got into two black men were sitting down and just talking about the role of the man and the role of the household as the head of the household. And Tony, it was very interesting because it typically, like always, the conversation started to divert somewhere else, meaning you could tell it was an older guy who has become successful, and he was talking to a younger guy that is still trying to build up and get to where he is. And he was just giving him advice, and he was like, hey, if you're working hard, you got to work harder. And then it went into, there's a difference between a man and a male. And that's where the conversation kind of diverted and just deflected. It got away from the role of the man versus what makes a man versus just being a male. And it was very interesting because.
Were you watching Kevin Samuels?
No, but it had something to do with that, honestly. Because they took like excerpts from what Kevin Samuels was saying.
That sounded like one of his conversations.
Yeah, and those conversations, they can be productive, but On the flip side, again, if there are trigger words, like if I just say, oh, you're not handling yours because you don't pay all the bills. It's like, wait a minute, man. You don't know what type of situation or my setup is at my house. And it really stemmed from do you go 50-50 with your mate, which is virtually impossible to do, in my opinion. Do you agree? Is it possible to have a relationship where everything is 50-50?
What did Drake say? Don't go 50-50 with no garden tool? Wasn't one of Drake's line?
Right.
Now, hey, man, everybody's different. I'm over here doing what I'm doing because it's working for me, and that's how I got it set up. That ain't got nothing to do with how you got yours set up and what you got to do. So that's the problem when you get into those types of discussions. Let's say I don't even want to say arguments. I'm saying discussions, right? It's a discussion, but everybody's got a different opinion, and it's a situation where there is not an actual right one. Here's the right way to do it. So you're not dealing with facts, right? You're dealing with opinions, and there's a million of those. And there's a million different scenarios on how a household could be run or the dynamics within the household. Nowadays, you got a lot of women making good livings. And I think the one dynamic that typically overrules everything is whoever's making the most money tends to be the one who's calling the shots.
Yeah.
That's how it tends to work.
Yeah. Well, we'll get into that and much more. Again, on the other side of the break, we'll get into Marcus Jordan wanting his dad, the GOAT, to be his best man. And how jacked up is it? You're playing a football game, and while you're playing, your jewels and pride and possessions are being stolen from you. We'll get into that and much more on the other side of the break. You listen to Truth Be Told with DT and Telly.
More of Truth Be Told with DT and Telly is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. The Truth app is home for all the Milwaukee Panther content you would want.
He'll dart baseline, and he will tomahawk it home with his right hand.
From conversations on the airwaves.
We're going to defend every board up the floor and every bounce and every pass. And we've got good depth, and you have to have good depth for the way we play.
To game highlights.
At the top, rises for three over Young and buries it.
Find The Roar on the Truth app, Apple, Spotify, and wherever else you get your podcasts to keep up with Panthers hoops.
You're listening to Black Chamber Radio. December 8th, 2023, the Wisconsin Black Chamber of Commerce will once again bring to life the Black and Diverse Business Showcase. You should be there. Featuring black and diverse businesses from around the state. You should be there. TWBCC.com to register now. You should be there. Vendors, you should be there. Entrepreneurs, you should be there. Elected officials, you should be there. TWBCC.com to register now.
You should be there.
You will never see black and diverse businesses the same way again. You should be there. Register at TWBCC.com today so you can be there. December 8th, 2023.
You should be there.
You should be there.
Hey, it's Jason Wildig for Associated Bank. Looking for a bank with home field advantage? You got it. At Associated Bank, we're more than just a bank. We're your neighbors. That's why scoring a Packers checking account is the right play for your pay. And here's the kicker. Your Packers debit card gets you 10% off at the Packers Pro Shop. Join the team today. Open your Packers checking account at AssociatedBank.com/Packers. Associated Bank, the bank of the Packers since 1919. Your money works here. Member FDIC.
Hi, John McGivern here. Did you know Network Health Medicare Advantage plans start at $0 a month? And you can get the extra benefits you need, like dental, vision, over-the-counter items, and more? I know because I'm a member myself. Call 833-7-NETWORK to learn more today. Network Health Medicare Advantage plans include PPO plans with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Network Health Medicare Advantage plans depends on contract renewal.
Life's better with an auto policy from American Family Insurance. no matter what dreams you're driving towards. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto coverage at the right price. You'll also save up to 23% when you bundle auto with home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote, find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
More of Truth Be Told with DT and Telly is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Down low, cause I never heard about him with another girl. But I don't sweat it, cause it's just pathetic to let it get me involved in that he said, she said crowd. I know that ain't nobody perfect. I give props to those who deserve it and believe me on it.
Welcome back to Truth Be Told with DT and Telly. Tony Smith in, of course. It's Wednesday. Tony joins us every Wednesday, and time to get into some hot topics. And this is one that kind of went away because at first, I mean, your first reaction, Tony, was the reaction everybody had, and that was Marcus Jordan, Michael's son, dating, now engaged with Scottie Pippen's ex-wife, Larsa.
Larsa, come on, y'all.
And people not even tripping off of the age difference. Like, that's, it is what it is. I mean, it's almost nothing new now. I mean, an older woman, younger guy.
What is the numbers? What are the numbers on that?
I think 46 and 32, I want to say. Like a good 14, 15 years. And people want to go back to when he was a kid and Michael and Scottie were playing together. And was she looking at him in that way back then? Of course, she says no.
He was like 12.
Yeah. But, Tony, we all know if this was a reverse situation and it was a former teammate's daughter.
Ooh,
exactly.
It's over.
Exactly.
Heads will roll. Somebody getting beat up.
Hey, somebody's getting beat up. So I know it's his ex, and they both clearly have moved on. Larsa has been with several other NBA players before Marcus.
Larsa.
Exactly.
What's going on here,
Larsa? And Marcus looks like
this is just bad news.
When they do interviews together, Marcus really gives that get out type vibes, because every time he speaks about Larsa, oh, she's so nice and people don't understand. And
if I was on the board right now, you know what I would play? I'm sprung. Hush, get me. I'm like, dude, you are just like, you're sprung right now. You got an older lady who's just too like, you just like,
she's too much for you, man.
Yeah, and she just blew your mind, and now you lost your mind. Now you in love. You don't understand the difference of love and lust.
Hey,
like, you lost right now.
Hey,
the problem, like you said, like no one's tripping off the age difference. I am, because if he's 32 and she's 46, you said.
Yep, I'm gonna get some official numbers here in a minute.
I mean, now what you got to do is look at that 10 years from now.
That's 40, what I was saying.
42 and she's 56. Like what is the typical age of the 42? Like what's if you like? I know, like I watched some.
Marcus is 32.
Yeah, some some dating shows where they have dating coaches or matchmakers. Like, you're a 42-year-old dude, you're looking at a range of 42 down to 34.
Yeah.
Right? Like something like that.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I cheated Larsa out of some years.
No.
She's 49. 32, 49.
Come on. So that now, I mean, I don't even have to go that far. I mean, give it 6 years. 6 years. He's gonna be not even 40, and she's 55. What?
That ain't gonna look the same. As I like to refer to them.
Why you got to get married though?
She's
just
gonna
hang out with her for a couple years.
Just hang out. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's where the old brown banana comes in.
What I want to know is like, so you said like if it was reverse and it was a daughter, like the dad's snapping off. Period. So in this case, I would think the moms would be snapping off.
You would think.
Where's his mom?
Yeah, man. And
she should be snapping off right now. She probably is, but she just ain't. Yeah. She ain't in the limelight like that.
And maybe this is all coming about because Thanksgiving's coming up. I'm sure, as a family, they may want to get together. Man, come on now. Guess who's coming to dinner for real?
Guess who ain't coming to dinner?
You. But even if they do get together as a complete unit, how awkward.
The most awkward family dinner. It's going to be in there with, what was Will Ferrell at dinner with when he had the black wife? He was with the black family. What movie was that?
Oh, man.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly.
I mean, it's just one of those. Or the Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, Sidney Poitier.
You people.
It's just crazy.
Yeah,
awkward.
That's some crazy stuff.
I mean, I would like to be there for it.
I pay a ticket. They can sell tickets.
They can put it on TV.
They put it on SeatGeek.
Let's put it on TV. Let's just do a pilot episode of what's his name again?
And following the Cowboys-Broncos game, we'll go inside the Jordan household
right.
for Thanksgiving dinner.
Marcus and Larsa, the Marcus and Larsa show, the pilot. We're going to start on Thanksgiving.
Wow.
Dinner.
Wow. Well, we're talking about this because Marcus has recently come out and said that he wants his dad, Michael, to be his best man. And in case you're just hearing about this story, Michael ain't feeling the relationship at all, let alone be there in that capacity. So we have some audio from an interview that Marcus and Larsa, you probably won't hear too much from Larsa. She is there, though. And this is the situation with Marcus talking about wanting his dad, Michael Jordan, the GOAT, to be his best man.
When's the wedding, you guys?
It's in the works. This is my go-to saying right now. I don't think we have like a date. We're still talking about locations and party size and all of that stuff. So it's not really concrete yet, but it'll happen.
Do you want your dad to give a toast at your wedding? How does this work?
Yeah, look, I was the best man at his wedding, and the best man at my brother's wedding, and so obviously we'll keep that tradition going. Is my thoughts on it.
I want in. I want video cameras there.
Now that
When's the wedding, you guys?
It's in the works. This is my go-to saying right now. I don't think we have like a.
Yeah. So you just heard Marcus a couple times talk about how he wants to keep this tradition going. Your thoughts, Tony? You think that's going to happen?
Man, come on. I don't understand. I mean, it's a young fella though. I mean, he's at that age, right? 30, what do we say it was? 32? He's at that age where he probably feels like he understands a lot. He knows what's going on, but he really don't. He didn't think this through. Not with the right head. He's got to use his other head to think. He's not doing that right now. So it's just going to be rough, man. I don't know how long they're going to keep it up. Well, he said there's no date, so that's good, I guess.
Oh, come on. Like you said, man, date, why are we even...
It's better than they're having a date. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, why are we even talking about a date? Like you said, man, why not just date for a little while? It's okay. Just date for a little while.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna make it worse for both of them. Like I say, 6-7 years down the line.
I don't give it that long. You give it that long?
I mean, he's gonna be hitting 40. Well, let's say he hits 42.
So in 8 years,
if he hits 42.
So in 8, and let's just go 8 years.
She's gonna be close to menopause.
So in 8 years, he'll be 40. She'll be 57.
Man, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it'll be a good fit. Not for marriage. If they want to hang out, it just doesn't seem like it's going to be a good fit.
You having longevity questions. It sounds like
longevity is the biggest question. But I mean, even if it was reversed, and you're talking about a younger woman and an older man, even that is still like you can't get too far away.
But that's more. I won't say common, but we've seen that more.
It is more common.
Yeah,
definitely is more common. And it seems like it's more like acceptable. Like they just brush it off.
Right.
But I mean, right. I'm talking about big discrepancies.
Right.
So I'm not talking about like little ones.
Yeah. Well, Truth Nation, hit us up on the Truth Talk to text line 833-212-1017. We having some issues right now with our talk to text line. So if you want to call in and chime in on this topic.
17 years?
It just hit you?
No, it didn't, but that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this is a huge
that is
not a small discrepancy.
No, that's not small at all. I mean, like when you start like 6-7 years, you're like, all right, I can see that.
6-7 years, okay. I mean, you can see it, but it's still like raise a little bit of an eyebrow.
A little bit.
And then but 17, I got a face drop right now.
I'm not making these.
I got a mind blown right now. 17.
I'm not making these ages up. I'm looking at it right here. 32 for Mr. Marcus Jordan, 49 for Miss Larsa Pippen.
Imagine when he turned 17, she was 34 already.
So what you trying to say?
Creepy.
She was grown?
That's creepy on her.
Hey,
on her behalf.
All right, Truth Nation, our text line is back up, so you can hit us up. But we would definitely love to hear your voice on this one. 833-212-1017. What are your thoughts about Marcus Jordan not only planning to marry Larsa Pippen, but he wants his dad, Michael Jordan, to be the best man? And here's another thought. If you want to chew on something while we take our break and chime in on the other side.
We got any comments from Scotty?
Not yet, but what if she hyphenates her name to Larsa Pippen Jordan?
Come on now.
Chew on that, and we'll be back after the break. More Truth Be Told with DT and Telly.
Don't touch that dial. Truth Be Told with DT and Telly will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. The WIAA football playoffs is here, and you know what that means, win or go home. We have a big Level 3 matchup this Friday night as the number 2 seeded Marquette Hilltoppers host the 5th seeded Fond du Lac Cardinals. The football action kicks off at 7 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Marquette Hilltoppers football is presented by Gruber Law Offices and sponsored by Capital Insurance Agency, Magic Productions, Annex Wealth Management, C.G. Schmidt, Left's Lucky Town, Liberty Engineering, and Marquette University High School.
It's the Truth's Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Dramatically help lower your energy costs year-round by replacing drafty windows and doors. Pella Windows and Doors can have them installed in as little as 6 weeks. And now you can save even more by taking advantage of the no-interest, no-down payment for up to 36 months when you order by November 30th. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com. Certain restrictions apply. See showroom for details. Offer ends 11/30 of 2023.
Truth Nation, it is Denise Thomas.
And Telly Hughes.
From Truth Be Told with DT and Telly. And guess what?
What is that, DT?
Our Truth fans can now watch and stream us live every day, Telly.
Wait a minute, Denise. Let me make sure I got this thing right. Our amazing and incredible Truth fans can go to 1017thetruth.com, click the Watch Live link, and watch me and you do our thing live from YouTube and Twitter every morning?
Yes, Telly, that is exactly right. So now they can watch you almost lose your black card every Friday during our Truth Telling Hit segment.
Come on now. You know I'm never losing my black card. But Truth Nation, you gotta tune into all your favorite 1017 The Truth shows, as you can not only listen live on the app, but you can also stream us live all day, every day by going to 1017thetruth.com and clicking the Watch Live link.
Severe flooding from recent hurricanes and other storms has left hundreds of thousands of cars, trucks, and other vehicles unsafe to drive. Flooded vehicles are supposed to be dismantled for usable parts or crushed for scrap, and a flood title should be issued to that car. But some shady dealers will buy a flooded vehicle, clean it up, and get it retitled with no indication it was flooded. Or uninsured cars will be cleaned up by the owner and sold online, also with no warning to the buyer. If the price is too good to be true, it probably is. Make sure to check for flood damage and have a qualified mechanic inspect the vehicle before you write a check. The free VIN check service from the National Insurance Crime Bureau is a good place to start. Head over to nicb.org to check it out.
To report fraud, call us at 1-800-TEL-NICB. This is a public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
We have backups everywhere, but a little bit of good news. That accident on 41 North and southbound at Holy Hill Road, where they had the freeway closed off, that has been cleared, and things are slowly but surely getting a bit better. Sun's coming up, so hopefully that's going to start to warm things up a little bit and melt off most of the ice. But we, in the meantime, have to deal with a lot of other accidents. Northbound 43, just north of Silver Spring, the two left lanes are blocked. One lane is getting through, but it's very slow. 4394 southbound at the Plainfield curve on the left shoulder, an accident there. Also on 94 westbound, we got it at 68th Street. Cars on both shoulders there, and another one on 794 westbound right in the Marquette interchange. Heads up in Ozaukee County, we're getting reports of some possible black ice as well. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast today, early sunshine, increasing clouds, a high of 41. Tonight, mostly cloudy, a low of 31. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
This is Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snide. It was a busy day up in Green Bay on Tuesday afternoon. The Packers setting veteran quarterback Rasul Douglas of the Buffalo Bills shortly before the NFL's trade deadline on Tuesday. The Bills sending a 2024 third-round pick to the Packers for Douglas and a 2024 fifth-round pick. The Packers will continue their preparation for a Week 9 home matchup against the LA Rams beginning today. The Milwaukee Bucks are on the road tonight as they get ready to play in Toronto against the Raptors. That tip-off is all set for 6 p.m. The Texas Rangers winning Game 4 of the World Series on Tuesday night by a final of 11-7 to take a 3-1 lead in that series. Game 5 is set for tonight at 7 p.m. And lastly, big news out of the NFL overnight. The Las Vegas Raiders announced they have fired head coach Josh McDaniels and general manager Dave Ziegler. This sports update is brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown team. Member FDIC.
It is Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
First person shooter mode, we turning your son to a funeral. To the just say they don't office, you better be talking about working in cubicles. Yeah, them boys had that lot, but I knew the code. Lot of debating my numero, not the 3, not the 2, I'm the UNO. Yeah. Numero UNO, me and
Hey, J. Cole, he knows all about college. It's College Month on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth, and we want to help your young scholar get those free scholarship dollars. That's right. All month long, we will be highlighting local universities who offer full tuition scholarships and local organizations who help students find thousands of dollars in scholarships each year. So be sure to tune into 101.7 The Truth all month long so you do not miss this important information on how your student can go to college and be debt-free. College Month on The Truth is sponsored by Educators Credit Union, American Family Insurance, Gruber Law Offices, and Associated Bank. And also at the 8 o'clock hour, we will have Andre Douglas on hand for an interview. Andre Douglas is the Assistant Vice President of College, Career, and Teen Services at the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Milwaukee. So you don't want to miss Andre Douglas joining us at the top of the hour. But before the break, we have started the conversation about Marcus Jordan, Michael's son, who is now apparently engaged with Larsa Pippen. says that he wants the GOAT, his daddy, Michael, to be his best man. Let's head to the Truth Talk line. Nicole, you are on Truth Be Told with Telly and Tony. Good morning. What is your question or comment?
Hey, good morning, Telly and Tony. So I just want to chime in on this conversation because ever since I started listening to you guys this morning, I've been thinking about it. And I'm a 49-year-old woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm wondering, when I hear about situations like this, what is the real purpose or reason behind this relationship, right? Because I'm thinking like a 32-year-old. I was a very young mom. So I was a teen mom. So I have a 32-year-old daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't imagine what they would have in common.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
what is their conversations? Like what are you thinking about? And for her, I honestly think outside of the situation that, he was her ex-husband's friend's son, it's like, for her, I want to think, I wonder what she's thinking about as this relationship progresses, how he's going to start to think. You guys mentioned earlier, you talking about what, a 17-year gap?
Yes. Yes.
So, and he doesn't have any children, right?
Correct.
So it's like when, in 10 years, and I don't care how much plastic surgery you can get because apparently they got the money, they can do it. She's still going to age, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, at the end of the day, is he eventually going to want to have children? Because I know even with modern day medicine, she could have a child, but still, that's a little up in age to be doing that. And so I really think it's selfish, and that's the word. I'm like, honestly, when you think about it, it's a very selfish. This is just my perspective, my opinion. It's a very selfish act for her to be in a relationship with this young man. One, knowing that mentally she's so far more mature than he is, and he's going to be because of the age gap, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then two, he's what if he wants to start a family and start really, hanging with women his age and doing stuff that people his age supposed to be doing? Because I'm 49, I'm gonna tell you, I get tired. 9 o'clock is late for me. Right?
Hey, I'm with you.
Now, Nicole, before we let you go, I want to ask: you said it's selfish? Is it selfish in a way that she is looking at it like, look, I got a guy that's 17 years younger than me that is interested in me.
I got a young one.
Yeah, I got a young one.
It.
Let me go ahead and keep it. I still got it. I don't want no old man or man my age or whatever. I want somebody younger that's going to keep me young. Do you think that's a part of the selfishness she is displaying?
No, I think she caught a lick. That's just what it was. She saw an opportunity. Honestly, I look at it from that perspective.
Opportunist.
Because realistically, she's a beautiful woman, right? And everything that you just mentioned that she could be possibly looking at this relationship for, she can get from a man her age. Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
There's some good thing that's 50. I mean, the men that that are aging, especially black men, right? This is different 50. They're not the 50. Today is not the 50 from yesterday.
Right.
So she can get that from somebody her age, and that's why I think it's selfish. She knows she's young. She can manipulate the situation. She knows the family, right?
Mm-hmm.
She knows what she can't do, and she knows that he got money, so she just really caught a lick.
Yeah, I tend to agree that she is being selfish, especially when you're talking about the future family for him. Like, is he really ready to kind of give up on that, or at best, it's going to be a challenge? To try to start a family with her and down the road. So,
but here's the thing too, guys. We don't know what he wants. He may be someone that doesn't want kids.
Yeah, but he doesn't. I don't think he knows though. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
He's 32.
Right.
How much does he really know?
Well, I mean, you would believe once you reach your 30s, you kind of have an idea. Like, all right, my 20s are over. Like, what do I want to do? I mean, because if he's mature enough to want to be married, don't you think he is mature enough to decide if he wants a family or not? And understanding the dynamics, if they are going to start a family, it is going to be one that they would need to start immediately. Well, at her age.
I think the point is, all right, so we're saying, does he really know or does he really not know, right? But it's one thing to be either one of those and just have a girlfriend, right, or a longtime girlfriend. But there's another thing to not know and then now you're married. So now you're kind of locked in to a situation that isn't conducive to having a family. So you're kind of inching yourself a large percentage, 85 to 90% towards, okay, we're not going to have a family. Like, you just put yourself almost in a box right now.
Oh, yeah.
By getting married and doing that. So, if he was 32 and wasn't sure and just had a girlfriend, okay, he's still okay.
Yeah.
He hasn't put himself in a box, but now you're talking about getting married. Like, it's going to be a challenge. Like she said, there's some medical stuff that you can do and ways you can do it, but that's not even guaranteed, nor is it easy.
Yeah. So, Truth Nation, hit us up, 833-212-1017. What are your thoughts about Michael Jordan's son, Marcus, wanting Michael to be his best man when he eventually marries Larsa Pippen, which does seem like it is on the docket? Let's go back to the Truth Talk line. Al, you're on Truth Be Told. Good morning. What is your question or comment?
My question is he 17 or is he 32?
He's 32 with a 17-year age gap with his woman.
What's wrong with it? Okay, so what? Who 49 want to be laying in the bed with somebody the same age as them?
Somebody who's married to another 49-year-old.
Me? I'm in that age group, and I go 40 years up, and sometimes I go 20 years younger. I don't see nothing wrong with it, because I know some people say it's selfish.
You going back and forth. He's locked in. He's talking about getting married, though. He ain't going back and forth.
Yep, and he's marrying money. He's marrying wealth. He's not marrying somebody who, beat up, bitter, wore out, ain't nothing working. They got badges. Their word. She's rich. He's living life. But here's the question. When I hear people say it's selfish, is it selfish when a woman is married and that man thing don't get up because he can't do nothing? So if that's selfish for him to marry somebody that's 49, it's selfish for a woman to be married to a man who cannot perform.
They got pills and all kind of stuff for that.
Yeah, they do. I don't know how we got off into that, but
he was just talking about selfish. I mean, but you talk about older men and their inability to perform. Okay, but like you said, there's pills for that.
Yeah,
there's other stuff for that. They got a lot of fixes for that.
Yeah, there's nothing that can reverse your age. You are what you are,
right,
and we're. I think, Al, to just get to your point real quick before we go to break. I don't know if it was necessarily in the age gap. I mean, Nicole was the one. Our last caller was the one that brought up the point of being selfish, and it does have a lot to do with only being out and looking out for yourself. If this is what you want, you got somebody that is younger than you that you want for specific reasons. I mean, we don't know. I mean, they are the ones that's on this campaign to show us this is true love, and it has nothing to do with all the other factors that surrounds this relationship. But we'll get into more of that. Sir Chance, I see your text. I will read it when we come back. Also, June, stay on the line. We'll get to your call after the break. Tony Smith in. You're listening to Truth Be Told with DT and Telly. More after the break.
More of Truth Be Told with DT and Telly is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Here at the new 1017 The Truth, we count on the support of community partners. One of those local partners is Associated Bank. Together, we are committed to uplifting local organizations and supporting Black-owned businesses. We are proud to call Milwaukee home and promise to be a positive reflection on the community. We look forward to celebrating Black culture and excellence with you every day as we make history and continue to uplift the voices in our city. Join us for the journey at the new 1017 The Truth, founded in partnership with Associated Bank, member FDIC.
Hey, it's Jason Wildig for Associated Bank. Looking for a bank with home field advantage? You got it. At Associated Bank, we're more than just a bank. We're your neighbors. That's why scoring a Packers checking account is the right play for your pay. And here's the kicker. Your Packers debit card gets you 10% off at the Packers Pro Shop. Join the team today. Open your Packers checking account at AssociatedBank.com/Packers. Associated Bank, the bank of the Packers since 1919. Your money works here. Member FDIC.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the new 101.7 The Truth. Here is Denise Thomas with her truth.
Over the past 2 years, I've been very intentional about self-care, including clinical therapy. And one of the many lessons that I've learned includes the biggest one that I've applied, and that is letting go. Oftentimes, we feel as though that we have to hold on to certain relationships, whether it's professional or personal, because we feel a sense of obligation. However, within that relationship, you're always feeling as though it's difficult to love you. You're a bad person. You're not good. Combined with what we're hearing and reading on social media and other news platforms. I want to remind you, as I've learned and gained through therapy, that in any relationship that you're in, it should be elevating your happiness. It should be elevating your joy. It should be providing you prosperity and peace. Don't get me wrong. In any relationship, there's misunderstandings, there's miscommunications, and that's where, as human beings, we allow the relationship to be bigger than that particular incident and say, you know what? When you said this or when you did this, it made me feel this. I may be totally misinterpreting it, but I just wanted you to understand how it made me feel. And in those situations where the continuous behavior makes you feel as though, again, that you're bad or that you're not good, or it's just always exhausting to be in that relationship, let it go. And you can release with love. You can let that person know we're no longer compatible. This does not feel good. I release you, and I release you with love. Let everything that is not bringing you value go so you can be around people, places, and things that bring out the best in you. You deserve it.
This has been Truth Takes on the new 101.7 The Truth. Listen to The Truth Be Told with DT and Telly weekdays from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. More of Truth Be Told with DT and Telly is next on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Back then they didn't want me, now I'm hot, they all on me. Back then they didn't want me, now I'm hot, they all on me. Back then they didn't want me, now I'm hot, they all on me. Back then they didn't want me, now I'm hot, they all on me. Back then they didn't want me.
Truth Nation, the Greater Milwaukee Urban League's 38th annual Black and White Ball is this Saturday. And you know who's going to be in the building, right, Tony? Tony, you know who's going to be in the building. Who do you think is possibly working the red carpet?
Denise?
There it is. That's right. Our own DT will be there. Again, the Greater Milwaukee Urban League's 38th annual Black and White Ball is this Saturday, and we want to bring the celebration to you. Tune in to 101.7 The Truth's Black and White Ball after party show, which Denise won't be there, because she'll probably be out by then. But after party show hosted by Dr. Ken Harris and Tori Lowe this Saturday from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Dr. Ken and Tori will be joined by the who's who of Milwaukee and may even have some surprise famous stars. So make sure you get in on all the fun by tuning in to the Black and White Ball after party show this Saturday from 10 to 11 p.m. on the new 101.7 The Truth. This is College Scholarship Month, and on the other side of the break, we'll be joined by Andre Douglas, who will be in to give us all the ins and outs on what is going to take place this month, and DT will be joining us at the top of the hour for all of that. Stick around, more Truth Be Told with DT and Telly after the break.
Truth Nation, Gruber Law Offices and The Truth have raised the stakes for this year. The One Call That's All Gruber Cash Giveaway is now a $5K giveaway. Yes, you heard it right. $5,000 giveaway. Every weekday on 101.7 The Truth, you will have the chance to be entered to win the $5K giveaway. Listen to the truth for the one call that's all cue to call for your chance to win $5,000. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. Visit 1017thetruth.com for official contest rules.
It's College Month on the award-winning 1017 The Truth, and we want to help your young scholar get those free scholarship dollars. All month long, we'll be highlighting local universities who offer full tuition scholarships and local organizations who help students find thousands of dollars in scholarships each year. So be sure to tune into 1017 The Truth's College Month so you can learn how your scholar can get those scholarship dollars. College Month on The Truth is sponsored by Educators Credit Union, American Family Insurance, Gruber Law Offices, and Associated Bank.
We didn't know what to expect. We were just left in a hotel.
My mom was doing drugs in the house.
Tay and Brianna spent years of their childhood in homes that weren't safe. They were placed in foster care and longed for a permanent, loving home.
I didn't know what my future was.
I wouldn't speak to anyone. I was afraid of everything.
With help from the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption, Brianna and Tay were adopted and now feel excited about their futures.
I'm studying to be a chef, and I really want to travel the world.
I'm going to be a mechanic, and I can focus on my career.
Right now, in the United States, there are more than 100,000 children in foster care, just like Brianna and Tay, who need a family now. Learn how you can help at davethomasfoundation.org.
One smile is great, but one smile in a community of smiles is so much better. A smile has a secret power that most people don't know about. A smile multiplies. It spreads from one person to the next, stretching across entire groups of people. Smile Train knows this and is proud to be creating a wave of smiles across the cleft lip and palate community in over 70 countries. Patients, doctors, advocates, fundraisers. Collectively, our smiles are a celebration of the transformed lives of over 1.5 million children. Learn how Smile Train is helping the cleft lip and palate community at smiletrain.org/learn. Smile Train, changing the world one smile at a time.
Listen to the home of the 5K Gruber Cash Giveaway. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. More of Truth Be Told with DT and Telly is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Good morning, Truth Nation. You are listening to the best morning show on planet Earth. It's your girl DT coming to you live from the American Family Insurance Studio. Truth Be Told with DT and Telly and our guest co-host, Tony Smith. Good morning, Tony. I haven't yet got to say good morning to you, brother.
Good morning, Denise. Good to have you with us finally.
Right. I'm glad to be here. Now, we're going to pick up where we left off with the conversation. If you're just tuning in, good morning. Thank you so much. Hope you're having a great hump day. And Tony, before the show is over, I need to have about 3 minutes because you know what today is, Telly. Look at Telly's face. I told y'all what's going to happen beginning November the 1st. Just because I'm just coming on now doesn't mean that we're not going to do it. So I need 3 minutes.
Uh-oh. Here's the thing. She's posing it as a question, but like she's trying to say, can I have 3 minutes? Do you think we can actually say no, Tony?
No.
Well, as long as I was trying to be politically correct, but yes, I will be taking my 3. I'm gonna be like Auntie Maxine Waters. I'm reclaiming my time that was robbed from me at 7 a.m. All right, we have a caller. What's our beautiful caller's name again?
June, you are on Truth Be Told with DT and Telly and Tony. Good morning. What is your question or comment?
Good morning. So I got a kind of different twist on the Michael Jordan and his son and everything. So I'm thinking, like, what if it's not about Marcus? What if it was always about Michael? And by any means necessary, getting in the family or being around him. So I'm kind of saying, like, what if she had, like, this crush on Michael, and so she couldn't get Michael. So what's the next best thing to get, to be around them is to get in the family.
Interesting.
I'm just putting, like, a different kind of twist on it, because, what you think when you're younger, you kind of like, you have crushes. And a lot of times, if you don't get to be with that person, sometimes you'll get with their buddies or something like that, just to be around them. I'm just kind of like thinking, like, why would she, out of all the men, go for Michael Jordan's son? So that's kind of like what I was thinking this morning. So
well,
what do you guys think about that?
Interesting.
Yes, thank you for the call, June. And as Denise said, interesting. Denise, we'll let you react. We've been talking a lot about it during the first hour, and it's the age difference.
I kind of said that off the air. Like, maybe it's just a little friendly fire. She's trying to get back at Scotty somehow by getting with his frenemy. His frenemy's son couldn't get with Michael, so let me get with Michael's son. It's still close enough to upset Scotty. So I thought that too. But DT, I don't know what you think.
I completely agree, and I think her point is, June made an interesting point. Listen, Larsa Pippen, she's just a very interesting individual to begin with. I think that she has a lot of insecurities that need to be addressed. Marcus Jordan, no, for real, because it's just Marcus Jordan. He's Michael Jordan's son, so I don't know in terms of how he was raised. His parents have been divorced for a long time. Michael Jordan and Juanita Jordan, they both know that this is toxic and this is problematic. And for Marcus Jordan to say, I want my dad to be my best man, it's like they literally are waking up in the morning trying to figure out how we can stir the pot even more. So
Michael,
I'm kind of over this. This is going.
Michael is like, man, like, please, man, miss me with that.
Denise, let me.
This is going into my Jada and Will bucket. This is going into the same bucket. Larsa, Marcus, y'all can all get in the same bucket.
Yeah, I can kick it.
I was asking Denise. I was asking Telly too. I'm like, where's Marcus's mom? Because now you got a son, and like
who? Juanita? Juanita Jordan?
Yeah.
The original Kris Jenner?
But
Look,
DT,
I'm just saying.
But DT,
let me bow down.
Denise, would you
Juanita Jordan?
Would you not be a little heated?
Right. If Darren walked in with a woman the same age as you, and you're like, hey, mom, this is my new girlfriend, and you're like, wait a minute, I think I went to high school with you. What is your reaction?
Okay, and this is the truth. This is the truth. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it 100.
Wait. Anytime you got a preference, this is the truth. Is it the truth?
It is, because I'm about to say something that's going to sound a little hypocritical, but this is the truth. I don't want to speak for all women, but at this stage in my life, if I've got a companion, i.e., a boyfriend or a husband or a man, at this point, he might be the same age. Well, I'm not going to say the same age. He might be in his 30s.
I was about to say, you not doing the same age as your son. Like, stop.
Well, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. Yes, I would. I would date someone. My son is. I wouldn't date a 25-year-old, but I might date like 28, 29. Hey, if I still got it.
She said, hey.
So I'm telling y'all right now, at this point right now where I am a single disgruntled, angry black woman to where
Denise,
I don't even like looking
Denise,
at.
Denise, that's not what I asked you. I said if you were the mom.
I'm answering your question.
Oh, okay.
I'm answering your question. I'm just
okay.
answering this. Let me finish.
Oh, okay.
So Juanita, the reason why you probably ain't hearing nothing from Juanita, because number one, she had the second highest paid divorce settlement in the history of divorces, next to Paul McCartney's wife, second wife. Number two, she probably got her own thing, so she's like, okay, do what you need to do. It's the mamas that don't have their own business that be mad. I'm telling you, as a mom, I'm telling you, when we got our own thing going on and our kids are grown, this is what you'll hear a woman who got her own thing going on. Yeah. As long as my baby's happy, I'm happy. Now, right now in my stage, because I'm single and frustrated, who the hell? So the reason why Juanita is quiet.
It's a different angle.
It's because Juanita, she got her own thing going. She's living her absolute best life. She probably has a 30-year-old, and she's rich.
Right.
Me, holla at your girl in about 2 or 3 years. If Darren brings home a girl that I went to high school with or a woman that I went to high school with, and I got my own thing going on, I'll be like, oh, this is so wonderful.
What if
Let's
you
all double
guys
date.
didn't like each other? It was a girl you didn't like in high school.
That would be problematic.
That'd be problematic.
There it is.
That would be problematic.
There you go.
When you said that,
she
Tony,
gonna tell you the truth.
Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen are not friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you said that, I literally visualized a person that I could not stand to this day.
And you know what? You look like you just saw that person too. It was like that person walked in the room and you were like, you know what?
That's what I'm talking
Never
about.
mind.
Right there. They don't like each other.
That's the whole part. But to your point, Denise, Al has been hitting us up on the talk and text line, and he's been giving us a lot of text messages. But the main point is he's saying both of them are grown. He's 32. He's not like he's 17. You can love who you want to love. So do you go?
Okay, but
do you subscribe to that?
Hold on. Al, and you know I love you, Al. But here's the thing, and I've actually had this conversation with both of my children. You don't just marry that person. You marry that person and their family, because you have holidays, you have situations where you're going to have to engage with the other family. Look, Telly, you know this. I mean, it's not, you didn't just marry Mrs. Hughes. You married her family. I mean, it's not just,
her brothers,
you're not going to just be like,
yeah.
So if y'all don't get along before y'all walk down, if you and Mrs. Hughes' family did not get along prior to walking down the aisle and saying I do, I'm pretty confident that it would have been it would have been
tough. It would have been tough, to put it mildly.
So people when they say, well, I'm not marrying the sister or the brother, I'm marrying my wife, but you're inheriting that sister and brother, because that's why they call it brother-in-law, sister-in-law, or even brother-in-love, however you want to choose it. But I will never, and that's on everything, and y'all can record this, put it in the archives, play it. I will never, ever date or marry a man whose mama or sister or brothers don't like me.
Yeah.
Period. I'm not.
There it is. Well, we will continue this on, a little later in the show, but Andre Douglas is in the building, DT, and we are going to speak to Andre after this break. It is College Scholarship Month, and we're going to kick off this month with an interview with Andre Douglas, who's the Assistant Vice President of College, Career, and Teen Services at the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Milwaukee. Keep it locked right here. Tony Smith in, of course, is Wednesday. Truth Be Told with DT and Telly returns after the break.
It is Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com. The Truth app is home for all the Milwaukee Panther content you would want.
He'll dart baseline, and he will tomahawk it home with his right hand.
From conversations on the airwaves.
We're going to defend every board up the floor and every bounce and every pass. And we've got good depth, and you have to have good depth for the way we play.
To game highlights.
And at the top, rises for three over Young and buries it.
Find The Roar on the Truth app, Apple, Spotify, and wherever else you get your podcasts to keep up with Panthers hoops.
Every family deserves a home to grow, thrive, and make memories, including ones earning between $7, $25, and $15 an hour. Learn about the new affordable housing opportunities coming to Wauwatosa and Brown Deer. Attend the Milwaukee County's Affordable Renting Housing Information Sessions on Monday, October 30th at the North Avenue Marketplace for Wauwatosa and Thursday, November 2nd at the Brown Deer Park Clubhouse for Brown Deer. Both sessions start at 5:30 p.m. In Wauwatosa and Brown Deer, over 80 brand new rental housing units will be built in each of these communities. For more information and to reserve your seat, visit Milwaukee County Office of Equity page at county.milwaukee.gov or by calling 414-309-5028. That's 414-309-5028. These sessions are hosted by the Milwaukee County Office of Equity and Community Development Alliance.
Hey, it's Jason Wildick for Associated Bank. Looking for a bank with home field advantage? You got it. At Associated Bank, we're more than just a bank. We're your neighbors. That's why scoring a Packers checking account is the right play for your pay. And here's the kicker. Your Packers debit card gets you 10% off at the Packers Pro Shop. Join the team today. Open your Packers checking account at AssociatedBank.com/Packers. Associated Bank, the bank of the Packers since 1919. Your money works here. Member FDIC.
The WIAA football playoffs is here, and you know what that means, win or go home. We have a big Level 3 matchup this Friday night as the number 2 seeded Marquette Hilltoppers host the 5th seeded Fond du Lac Cardinals. The football action kicks off at 7 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Marquette Hilltoppers football is presented by Gruber Law Offices and sponsored by Capital Insurance Agency, Magic Productions, Annex Wealth Management, C.G. Schmidt, Left's Lucky Town, Liberty Engineering, and Marquette University High School.
Sybaris Pool Suites. Romantic, luxurious, affordable. A place where romance touches paradise and the memories of a lifetime are made. Sybaris offers a variety of room styles, including the exquisite Chalet Suite, which spans 3 levels and features your own private swimming pool with cascading waterfall, soothing whirlpool tub, a cozy fireplace, and much more to make your stay unforgettable. They are located in Mequon, just north of Milwaukee. Take a virtual tour at Sybaris.com.
More of Truth Be Told with DT and Telly is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. College Month on Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on the award-winning 1017 The Truth is presented by Educators Credit Union, Gruber Law Offices, American Family Insurance, and Associated Bank. Now, here is DT and Telly to talk about how your scholar can get some dollars.
You heard the brother. It is time for our College Scholarship Month interview on The Truth. When I tell y'all, this individual that we are about to interview, number one, is one of my favorite humans on earth. Secondly, when I tell y'all that he is truly committed to making sure that every boy and girl in the city and the greater surrounding area of Milwaukee, Wisconsin has what they need and can be equipped to win. He doesn't need any accolades. As a matter of fact, he's one of the most unsung brothers that I know. Although he did just receive a pretty major recognition. We're going to talk about that. We've got Andre Douglas live in the American Family Insurance Studio, Assistant Vice President of College, Career, and Teen Services at the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Milwaukee. Mr. Douglas, good morning. Thank you so much for being here on Truth Be Told with DT and Telly.
Oh, good morning. Thanks for having me. Always a pleasure.
We're so excited. So let's just jump right into this because I know Telly and I both know you are very, very busy. Now, as we are recognizing College Scholarship Month, there are a lot of parents that are listening as well as future college students. Let's get right to it. What's the best way to get some free money to send our kids to college?
Yeah, well, you know, it starts, the first thing is it starts with completion of the FAFSA, right? The FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid. A lot of colleges, a lot of students, even folks that come from a little bit of money, should complete the financial aid application because a lot of colleges will require completion of that to determine need-based aid or even what we call internal aid or merit-based aid that you might hear from a lot of different colleges. So college affordability ultimately starts with completion of that FAFSA application, which if you've been following it, we don't know when the new one's coming out yet, right?
Okay.
So, traditionally it would come out every October, but, the government is changing some things up in there, coining it the better FAFSA. And so they're telling us in December that it should be out for the 24-25 school year, but we really don't know yet. So it'll be an easier application. It'll be new. It'll be something that none of us have ever experienced before. But for individuals that are seniors in high school or returning adults, and you're thinking about going to school anytime between August of 24 and, July of 25 or June of 25, rather, you should start with the FAFSA application because that does help determine eligibility, and it also makes you a candidate for some merit-based aid at different colleges. So that's the starting place right there. I think the second thing would be there has to be some boundaries and some understanding between parents and students, right? I always tell our students, we could love you like you are ours, and we do. But just because you smile, it doesn't mean someone is going to come dump some money in your lap and say, here, pay for college. You have to be able to do the work. Right? Sometimes I compare applying to scholarships, almost looking for like a job, right? If anyone has ever been through any unemployment phases, or if you're a private contractor, you're waiting on the work to come, right? You're waiting on people to say, hey, Denise, here's an opportunity. But sometimes you have to actually go out and look for it. And so the type of understanding that we give to our parents is that students should be doing anywhere from 2 to 3 scholarships a week just to stay competitive, especially if they have dreams to pay for what we coined as, more expensive universities and colleges.
Yes. We're joined in studio by Andre Douglas, Assistant Vice President of College, Career, and Teen Services at the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Milwaukee. And my question for you, because I have a high school junior, and when should we get started? Because so much has changed since I've been out of college. Yeah. It's been, probably about 3 or 4 years since I've been out of college. But
me too.
But
say what?
I know things have changed so much over the years.
This the truth,
so
bro?
when should, exactly. All right. Let's add a number before that 1 or 2. All right.
Sure.
When should students start looking for scholarships? Should they start their junior year? Should they start their sophomore year? Should they wait until they're going into their senior year? When should parents as well as the students start looking for these scholarships?
Sure. So really, that's a great question, and there's a lot of ways to answer it. So I'm going to give you the most simple way to answer that. College development starts K3, K4, K5. All the way up is when college development starts. But when you're really trying to start researching college scholarships, I would say right around 9th grade, right? You won't find a lot of scholarships that you can potentially apply to as a freshman, sophomore, but you can at least start making a list, right? For example, the Gates Scholarship is a super popular scholarship that comes out every year, right? And they award several scholarships, and students can pick wherever they want to go to. But guess what? If you don't know about the Gates until your senior year,
make some notes, Telly.
I'm about to.
Your GPA may or may not be applicable for that scholarship.
Yes.
And so in 9th grade, at least start exposing students to the opportunity.
And are you saying that, I'm sorry to interrupt, but are you saying that you're talking about you got to get your grades together so you can be eligible for these?
You have to. Obviously academics is a big deciding factor in scholarships. Right. It's not the only one, but it is the biggest one, right? The scholarship and the essay. But if you're a freshman and you're already in your mind like, hey, college is for me, I'm going to college in the next 3 to 4 years, at least start making the profile of being a competitive college student, right? IB courses, AP courses, ACT prep courses, because eventually all of those things do matter. Now, there are some scholarships, for example, College Board. There's several with, Scholarship America that lets you start doing things as 9th and 10th grade just to start tracking. And I have seen some cases where students have won scholarships pre-senior year that was just there waiting for them. But again, you have to put in that work. The way that scholarships sort of deter people is when it gets to that essay, right? Because people are like, I'm not about to write another essay. Well, then if that's the mentality, then just get ready to pay for college. Scholarships are competitive, but you at least have to do the work to make yourself a candidate.
Yeah, that's the part I think you should take from that. Like, you got to get ready to be a student. Like, you got to. That's got to be on your mind. I know my grades were terrible as a freshman. Then my mom got on me, so I had to get them up.
Then you got it together.
Somehow, miraculously, it started paying attention.
The only scholarships I ever seen was when I started working in the field, because my grades were terrible as well.
Yeah.
And you pay for that. There's a cost to that, right?
Yes.
There's a cost for not having academics, right? And those costs can sometimes be great.
So here's my question, Andre, because again, as I had mentioned, you are such a passionate, genuine leader when it comes to our future leaders, i.e. our youth. And obviously, the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Milwaukee believes in providing access and exposure to what I don't even say scholarships, y'all. I say free money, because that's basically what it is. And when you say free money, ears start to perk up a little bit stronger than when they hear the word scholarship. So, Andre, why is this so important to not only the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Milwaukee, as you are one of their executives representing the College Scholarship Initiative, but also why is it important to you? Why are you and the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Milwaukee doing this?
Yeah, it's important because, number one, we have a responsibility to give back and change the world, right? You've heard me say that multiple times. And, Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Milwaukee is the largest youth serving organization in our city, one of the largest in the world. There's a lot of good work happening in Milwaukee, but when it comes to college access and success, there's, we're at the top of this game, right? And I say that as humbly and as respectfully as possible. Some of our stats speak for itself. Since our inception of 2008, we've had nearly 700 students graduate from college. About 94% of our students are graduating with no student loan debt. About 88% of our kids are low income, free reduced lunch. Milwaukee has a lot of problems, and one of them is resource problems, right? People can't get money for school. People can't get money, let alone for groceries, right, sometimes. And so if we can be in a space that gives young adults and their families hope, then we are achieving what I believe is one of the greatest causes in the world. Hope is something that we all wish for, but it's not something that we all get. And so at the clubs and through our Grad Plus programming and a number of our other initiatives, we are showing young people how to have hope and how to act on hope. And so our responsibility is, if we can show you how to get the money, not everyone in the program gets all the money, and that's okay. But at least we're showing you how to find an affordable pathway so that in your 30s, in your 40s, in your 50s, in your 60s, you're not talking about what you would have done differently 40 years ago, so that 20% of your income isn't being paid to the federal government for a degree that you may or may not be using.
Right? Yeah,
there's a study done called Stories of Debt. And it's a video that was shot in 2012. And 3 of the people in that story, one of them said they will not be done paying their student loans off until 2052.
Wow.
And that was in 2012, right?
Wow.
2052. Think about how many years away that is, right? There's another one that says they have to pay $1,700 a month if they want to get ahead on their balance. And there was another one that shocked me the most, because if y'all know me, I'm a traveler. I'm at the Bucks games. I like to live life a little bit, enjoy the fruits of my labor. But the one that stood out to me the most was the person in the video that said they had $100 in disposable income. Now, that's not a judgment, because people can't help their circumstances sometimes.
Right.
But $100 because you're paying the greater half of your discretionary money to student loans. But that also starts, DT, with College Fit. and financial fit, right? College is a family decision. It's a family discussion, right? We love colleges. We love our HBCUs. We love our out-of-state. We love our in-state. But if you can't pay for them, you have to have a serious conversation at home.
Yes.
Is this going to work financially now and for the future? Let's, as a community, stop thinking about the present, but start thinking about the future, because eventually you will retire.
Mm-hmm.
You will want a home.
Mm-hmm.
You will want a good lifestyle. And sometimes the burden of debt will not allow you to do that.
Yes, we are joined in studio by Andre Douglas, Assistant Vice President of College, Career, and Teen Services at the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Milwaukee. Andre, you mentioned before exposure. That is the biggest thing. If you don't know, how can you apply for things that you don't know? And if you sit down with your student as parents, where can you go look and find this money?
Yeah. That's a great question. Be very careful. There's a lot of stuff out there, and unfortunately, as many of us that are trying to do great in the world, there are people trying to do bad in the world. And so there's a lot of websites that have you signing up for stuff, asking you for personal information, and you get sort of played somehow. But there are reputable...
Not sort of. Scammed. Played. Bamboozled.
Literally, right?
Done wrong.
Right.
But
there
go ahead.
There are a lot of actual credible sites out there. There's College Board. There's Scholarship America, right? There's Kaleidoscope. There's the Boys and Girls Clubs. There's AmeriCorps, right? There's a lot of things that young people can do now to start saving money and being exposed to college. But the other thing is, it's okay to have, I hear it, skin in the game, right? It's okay if your child says to you, Telly, Dad, I want to go to Morehouse. You have a son or a daughter?
Daughter. 2 daughters.
Or Dad, I want to go to Spelman, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Telly and his family can say, okay, here's what we have on it. Whatever that amount is, that's between Tell and his family. And he can say to his daughter, well, you work a part-time job, so to your education, I need you to contribute X amount of dollars per month. And he can put that to the side, right? So also start having those budget conversations with their own money, right? Because at the end of the day, depending on where you go, when it's time to go, if that bill's not paid, guess what? You're not going.
You're not going.
Or we're going to put you off campus, or we're going to tell you we're going to drop your classes and you still are going to owe us money.
Right. Now, you just dropped something about, scams and nowadays that's everywhere. Fake websites, phishing, all the kind of stuff. Is there a way to tell what's real and what's not real? Is there something you can help everybody with, give them a kind of clue?
Yeah, generally if a website is asking you to pay for something related to college that's not an application fee, there's a pretty good chance that it's not a scam, but you're paying for something that's already offered for free. So a couple key nuggets. You never pay to complete the FAFSA. That's number one. You never pay to complete a scholarship application. That's number two, right? And number three is, more importantly, none of these things should be asking for your Social Security number outside of the federal government FAFSA form. So if you see a scholarship application and they're asking you for your Social Security number, pick up a phone and say, why?
Right.
For what? Because a scholarship is not a payment, right? It's not a stipend. Sometimes they might say, well, we're paying directly to you, so it might be a stipend, right? And then they have to send you tax information. Another story for another day. But really, if you can stick to some of the ones that I named, College Board, Kaleidoscope, Scholarship America, you stick to some of those well-named ones, but also, our taxes, anyone that's working is paying taxes to help fund a lot of our schools. School counseling offices, they have information on that, right? We get hundreds of scholarships, but also find programs, right? You have programs here in the city of Milwaukee, Grad Plus being one. We're recruiting now for 9th, 10th, and 11th graders, right? Low-income first gen is our targeted population. You have the College Possibles. You have Upward Bounds. So there are a lot. Milwaukee is resource rich with opportunities for students, but students and families have to go out and find it.
Well, Andre Douglas, man, I'm Tony, I just figured
Tony's
it
got
out.
a lot of notes.
Yeah, I got a lot of notes, and I'm going to just make it real easy for myself. I'm going to just get his phone number and keep you on speed dial, brother, because my time is coming. I know this is valuable information. We're going to have information about College Scholarship Month all month long, and what a way to kick it off on this first day of November by having Andre Douglas in the studio with us, the Assistant Vice President of College, Career, and Teen Services at the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Milwaukee. Thank you so much for that valuable information. I know we'll be tapping in with you throughout the month.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate that.
All right.
Love you, Dre.
Love you back. Bring some warm weather on here with us.
Man, we need it. We need it.
I
we
will.
need it. That's Andre Douglas, everyone. Again, Assistant Vice President of College, Career, and Teen Services at the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Milwaukee, giving us some valuable information and some jewels on scholarship money. This is College Scholarship Month, all month long. Again, we will be having interviews and different information for you to apply for different scholarships for your student. We'll have more Truth Be Told after the break.
More of Truth Be Told with DT and Telly is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Attention families, Milwaukee Public Museum wants to remind you that Kohl's Thank You Thursdays are in full swing. Receive free access to MPM's permanent exhibits on the first Thursday of every month. Milwaukee Public Museum would like to thank Kohl's for their support in making this program possible. Visit MPM's website today for more information and to book your reservations. mpm.edu/KTYT. That's mpm.edu/KTYT.
Hi, I'm Nicole, and I lost my 10-year-old daughter, Teresa, to COVID in just a few short days. Teresa was a healthy child who loved to dance. When Teresa got sick, I didn't think it was serious until she was rushed to the hospital. COVID and flu can be serious for anyone, but they're especially dangerous for communities of color. Please get your COVID and flu vaccines and stay up to date on all immunizations, because vaccines save lives.
To learn how to protect your family, visit vaccinateyourfamily.org/learn.
Have you noticed bad behavior has become normalized at interscholastic athletic events? Some fans seem angry. They lack civility toward one another. Some even get aggressive and unruly. Time out! What is going on? This has to stop. Let's not forget, school sports aren't just about winning. And they're definitely not an excuse to take your frustrations out on the official or the opponent. They're about teaching lessons like perseverance, respect, and empathy, so students can learn and grow as people, not just as players. We all have a role to play in setting a good example for our students and teaching them these important values. So fans, it's time to step up your game and behave positively at interscholastic athletic events in Wisconsin.
This message presented by the WIAA and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
Pollution from trucks is a public health crisis. Diesel-burning trucks belch dangerous levels of pollution, and communities living near ports and along freight corridors breathe especially high levels of this dirty air. But this crisis has a solution. My name is Sasan Sadat, and I work for Earth Justice. I'm working to clean up our air quality, particularly for communities that bear the burden of diesel pollution. For the sake of our lungs, our health, and our climate, the future of trucking in this country has got to be zero emissions. Until then, I will never rest.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit defending the environment and people's health. Earth Justice is fighting to save lives, protect our climate, and strengthen our economy through the shift to zero emissions. If clean air matters to you, visit us at earthjustice.org. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
We still have brutal problems out on the roads, accidents all over the place. 2 on 94 at 68th Street. The eastbound side has one blocking the 2 center lanes, another one on the westbound side at 68th Street as well. Highway 175 northbound at Wells got the left lane blocked with a crash there. Spinouts all along 4394. And then we've also still got this 2 left lanes blocked on northbound 43 at Silver Spring, just about ready to be cleared out of the way. Still going to be very slow. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, early sunshine, increasing clouds, a high of 41. Tonight, mostly cloudy, a low of 31. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snide. It was a busy day up in Green Bay on Tuesday afternoon. The Packers setting veteran quarterback Rasul Douglas of the Buffalo Bills shortly before the NFL's trade deadline on Tuesday. The Bills sending a 2024 third-round pick to the Packers for Douglas and a 2024 fifth-round pick. The Packers will continue their preparation for a Week 9 home matchup against the LA Rams beginning today. The Milwaukee Bucks are on the road tonight as they get ready to play in Toronto against the Raptors. That tip-off is all set for 6 p.m. The Texas Rangers winning Game 4 of the World Series on Tuesday night by a final of 11-7 to take a 3-1 lead in that series. Game 5 is set for tonight at 7 p.m. And lastly, big news out of the NFL overnight. The Las Vegas Raiders announced they have fired head coach Josh McDaniels and general manager Dave Ziegler. This sports update is brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown team. Member FDIC.
It is Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. I don't care about the present.
Oh my God. What is it?
What's the date?
November 1st. Yeah.
Did Ben get his tracks mixed up?
No.
Tony, I need you to be quiet. You're being disrespectful.
Oh, sorry.
Just for a second.
All right. The Black-owned business Give Back is back. We have Denise. You're gonna be playing this all month. Don't look at me like that. This is just the first day.
You say
Go ahead and read your read. Go ahead and read your read. Because I'm about to read you. Go ahead. Interrupt the Queen of Christmas, Mariah Carey. What's wrong with you? Go ahead. Go ahead.
You ain't lying about that part.
Go ahead.
The Black-owned business Give Back is back. We have again teamed up with Associated Bank to help local black businesses grow and succeed together. The home of Milwaukee Black Talk will be giving away $6,000 worth of free commercial advertising for 3 months to 5 black businesses each quarter of 2023. To sign up for this incredible marketing opportunity, visit blackbusinessgiveback.com. That is blackbusinessgiveback.com. Let's rebuild our community's backbone through exposure on the truth. For official rules, head to blackbusinessgiveback.com. Associated Bank member FDIC. DT.
I'm just waiting for you to get that boring stuff over with.
All right. Truth Nation. The time is finally here. I am so glad. And I'm happy for everybody that had a good Halloween. But it is the most wonderful time of the year. Y'all gonna get sick of me. It is November the 1st. Do we know what that means? That means you heard it.
Thanksgiving is coming.
I got this. I got this. Okay? You had the whole hour and a half to talk. Now it's my time. I'm reclaiming my time in the words of the great Congresswoman Maxine Waters, Democrat out of California. Listen, y'all. This is the time of the year where it's all about happiness, peace, and most importantly, Benjamin, can we play it one more again? Because when you hear this, you know it is November 1st. This is the official kickoff of my absolute favorite time of the year. Fun fact. I don't hear any music. There we go. Fun fact. Mariah Carey has made a total. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this, Telly? You talking about scholarships? Mariah Carey has made over $6.16 million from this song alone across the globe.
Wow.
$6.16 million in global revenue. She owns the Masters. She gets checks every time. But this right here, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Truth Nation. The Truth Talking text line is 833-212-1017. Are you excited that it is the holiday season? We are kicking it off November the 1st. Christmas trees everywhere. Now look, I know some folks, they celebrate, Christmas and Kwanzaa, or they may celebrate Hanukkah, or they may just not celebrate it at all. I get it. Do you? But over here, on Truth Be Told, Telly is about to really be mad at me because for the next 60 days, that's right, y'all, 60 days.
That's a long time.
Now,
you ain't going back to London no time soon?
No. Right, Tony? That wasn't filled with love, Telly. See, you're being the Grinch. You're being the Grinch. I don't like the Grinch.
I at least got to make it to December before I can be called a Grinch.
Telly does have a green tint to him right now. I'm looking at him.
Now, as we get ready for Christmas, and let me tell y'all, my parents and my kids, I drive them nuts. Last night, we had a family conference call. I'm like, okay, y'all, how are we going to get Ernie? Because we're celebrating Thanksgiving in Evansville, Indiana, with my parents in their home. But then we're also celebrating Christmas here in Dallas. So I was like, okay, y'all, we got to figure out. And they were like, well, we going to just fly. I was like, I'm talking about my granddog, Ernie. How can we get Ernie? Now, are y'all ready for this? I'm not making this up. There are what they call pet transportation companies. So if you have a dog like mine who's kind of big and just can't travel, do you know how much it costs to transport your dog from Chicago, Illinois to Dallas, Texas?
Woo! Please let me know.
Just take a guess. Just take a guess.
I'm gonna go with. Gosh. Hopefully, it's not more than a plane ticket. Let's say $600.
This is not flying. This is actually them putting your dog in a kind of upgraded minivan, minibus,
like a Sprinter.
Okay. So
they roll in a Sprinter.
How much do you think it costs?
Oh well, since you said that, I'd say $800. Tony, what you think?
I would say I like your earlier guess, $600.
No. Okay. Well, gentlemen, just for your dog alone, it's $2,200, and if you want to travel with the dog, it's another. So it's $4,400 if you want to travel with your dog. Otherwise,
we're out of touch right now.
We don't even have to talk offline about this one, DT. I can let you know now. Me and a couple of homies, we'll bring Ernie down there for half of that.
I knew you was gonna say that. I said as soon as I tell Telly gonna be like, I'll do it for half.
I'll do it.
We'll get Ernie there. So now
we're gonna run that company out of business real quick.
I'm just letting you know. Now look, I'm gonna let you know this. When it comes to my Ernie, I am very, very, very particular. I would have to do hourly check-ins. He only drinks Fiji water. He has ice cubes in his dish bowl.
That's even better. At least you'll know you can trust me to make sure all these things work, besides just trusting some dude who's just trying to get that money real quick.
This is true.
They be like, oh, man, he cool. He can just pee back there. We ain't got to walk him. He can just pee in the truck.
Oh, my God.
I'm just saying, you may have people like
that. Cool.
Me?
Yeah, see, no,
half the cost, and he going to be good. We going to be rolling. We going to be listening to music.
What kind of music? Are you going to play Easy Lover? Or are you
put a smoke jacket on?
Go ahead,
put some shades on
Mariah Carey's Christmas album playing the whole time.
Thank you, Tony. See, now you're trying to get a tip. You're trying to get a big tip because he needs to hear Mariah Carey. Now, it would not be, I know we're wrapping up. We're getting ready for Sherwin Hughes. But here's the thing, y'all, Truth Nation. Although I love Mariah Carey, I love her entire Christmas album, and I love celebrating Christmas, I would be remiss if I did not kick off this holiday season where we are giving thanks. We are giving reflection on our harvest that we have reaped. I would be remiss if I did not play my girl. No, actually, I can't even say my girl. That's being disrespectful. The queen of gospel, Reverend Dr. Shirley Caesar. Let us know what time it is now that it is November the 1st. Let's go.
Tomatoes, lamb,
hey!
Hog, chicken, turkeys, rat. You name it! Look! I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rice, hog, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkeys, rat. You name it! Beans, greens, you name it!
Do you want... Listen, so a lot of people, I just learned this. Here's the backstory of that song, because a lot of people are like, how did she even start singing about greens? So somebody in the congregation, during that same, I know everybody's seen the video clip. Somebody during the congregation was basically, and I'm paraphrasing, going to tell Reverend Dr. Shirley Caesar, the queen of gospel music, that she can sing and she can preach, but can she cook? So that's how this came about. Yeah, I got the backstory. Somebody was like, yeah, Pastor Shirley Caesar, you can preach, you can sing, but can you cook? And when they asked that question, this is what she did. Play it again, Ben. This was her response. Oh, can I cook? You want to know if I can cook?
Greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs, chicken, turkeys, rabbits. You name it!
That's what she told.
Greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb,
rams,
hogs, dogs, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, turkeys, rabbits.
Look, that's okay. So now, Truth Nation, we have officially kicked off the holiday season. You name it!
I thought that was from Janky Promoters when Ice Cube went to go see his mom and she was talking about all the drugs he had. She was like, oh, I got chickens, I got birds, I got tomatoes. Wow.
And my thing is,
backstory.
You could tell she was clapping back because when you watch the video, she had her hype man in the background. She had like the choir singers. They all leaned down and put their hand above their eyes to say, who was that? Who said that? Let's let them know right now. Dr. Shirley says, let them know. That's why they did all that. See, I got the backstory. That's what we do for y'all, Truth Nation. We give y'all the truth. So Dr. Shirley Caesar, whether or not you want to just receive that as one of the best songs you've ever heard, the best clips, that was a clap back.
Yes.
She let the church know.
Yeah. That's one of those moments. It's like, you know what? I wish you would. I wish you would question me. Like,
Telly, that's why they did that.
To ask me that.
Go play the video again. And I'm telling you, when her and her team leaned down and they had to, act like they couldn't see, they was trying to find out who said that. Let me let you know. I got greens, beans, tomatoes, jam. Yes.
That is
don't even come for Dr. She's a woman of the church. She's a clergy woman, and she still clapped back. I love it. I love it.
Now that is a different way of kicking off the holiday season. So I'm with you on that. That's a classic there. That's a classic there. But DT, before we take our final break, I really want to do this because Madi, I think, has either text or he never call in, but he has probably text every single show that we have had. And today is Madi's daughter's birthday, Kendra. Kendra Dupree.
Yay, happy birthday.
Birthday from Truth Be Told with DT, Telly, and Tony. Happy birthday, Kendra. Go shawty. It's your birthday.
It's your birthday.
Go shawty.
We gonna party like it's your birthday. You know what? Kendra, we love you so much. The next time we see you, we got beans, greens, tomatoes, ham, jam. That song's going to be in my head all day. Truth Nation, stay tuned. We're about to wrap this up. But just know this. For the rest of the week, we are going to be playing the greatest holiday songs within our genre. Can't wait to continue celebrating and giving thanks. We love y'all. Stay tuned. We come back as Truth of the Matter, and then followed by Sherwin Hughes. We'll be back.
More of Truth Be Told with DT and Telly is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Here at the new 1017 The Truth, we count on the support of community partners. One of those local partners is Associated Bank. Together, we are committed to uplifting local organizations and supporting Black-owned businesses. We are proud to call Milwaukee home and promise to be a positive reflection on the community. We look forward to celebrating Black culture and excellence with you every day as we make history and continue to uplift the voices in our city. Join us for the journey at the new 1017 The Truth, founded in partnership with Associated Bank, member FDIC.
You're listening to Black Chamber Radio. December 8th, 2023, the Wisconsin Black Chamber of Commerce will once again bring to life the Black and Diverse Business Showcase. You should be there. Featuring Black and diverse businesses from around the state. You should be there. TWBCC.com to register now. You should be there. Vendors, you should be there. Entrepreneurs, you should be there. Elected officials, you should be there. TWBCC.com to register now. You will never see Black and diverse businesses the same way again. You should be there. Register at TWBCC.com today so you can be there. December 8th, 2023.
You should be there.
You should be there.
Hey, it's Jason Wildig for Associated Bank. Looking for a bank with home field advantage? You got it. At Associated Bank, we're more than just a bank. We're your neighbors. That's why scoring a Packers checking account is the right play for your pay. And here's the kicker. Your Packers debit card gets you 10% off at the Packers Pro Shop. Join the team today. Open your Packers checking account at AssociatedBank.com/Packers. Associated Bank, the bank of the Packers since 1919. Your money works here. Member FDIC.
Girl, I know sometimes you feel tired and overworked, so it's time to pamper your inner queen at Queen's Palace Beauty and Wellness Studio. They're currently offering personalized and relaxing massages, facials, body polish, and now the Fatigue Feet Fix, which can be added on with any service and includes a foot soak, foot cleanse, foot scrub, foot massage, and a paraffin foot treatment, all while enjoying light refreshments and hors d'oeuvres of your choosing. So get your relaxation on. You know you deserve it. Book your appointment today at queenspalace.net.
What's up, y'all? Give us a call all week long for your chance to be entered to win 2 lower-level tickets to a Bucks game.
That's right, Truth Nation. Each and every day this week on Nothing But the Truth with Melanie Ricks, we will be hosting Bucks Trivia. Remember, you must call in to win for your chance to put your butt in some of those Pfizer Forum seats.
And I want to know, are you real fans or are you just a bandwagoner? We'll find out this week. Visit 1017thetruth.com for contest rules.
More of Truth Be Told with DT and Telly is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You know what it is, Truth Nation. It's Truth Be Told with DT and Telly. Tony Smith in the building. And this is Truth of the Matter.
You heard Benjamin. It is Truth of the Matter. I'm going to kick it off before we hear from Tony and Telly. Look, my truth of the matter is this is my favorite time of the year. However, we do know that as Milwaukeeans, the sales tax will increase 2.5% in January. So I don't want nobody to say we didn't know. As you are starting to holiday shop, get it in while you can, because come January 1st, it's over.
Got about 60 days.
So take advantage. What was it, 5.6 right now? 5.6 sales
something
tax
like that.
percent?
Yeah.
Man, that's a pretty number. Take advantage of it. That's my truth of the matter.
Tony, your truth of the matter.
I'm gonna go with what our guy AD said, and it kind of hit me. I was like, man, I didn't even think about that. But y'all better get y'all kids ready to know they're competing scholastically, competing for this money to get into school, and at an early age, because like I think he and I both said, like coming in as a freshman, man, the last thing I was worried about was grades. Yeah. And, I had to be eligible for sports, and I still wasn't really on it. Mm-hmm. And then I got smacked around by moms, not literally smacked around, but she was like, hey, you ain't playing basketball.
You can get tongue slapped too.
Right. Until you get your grades right, you're out.
Yeah.
You're out of sports. That straightened me up real quick. So kids got to realize, like, if you're trying to think about going to college, you better start thinking early and thinking about having your grades right, because when it comes to getting that money, it's going to matter.
Yeah. My truth of the matter is, Tony, I'll piggyback off of that, because exposure is everything. How can you apply for stuff that you don't know exists? So correct. I think that with Andre coming in and explaining a lot of what's going on, what to look out for, that's the thing. You have to know what to look for in order to pursue it. And he gave us a lot of resources, and throughout this month, College Scholarship Month, we'll have more information to help you and your student gain some of this scholarship money. And of course, that's something I'm very much interested in, because I do have a junior in high school. So yes, take this information that we will be giving you throughout the month and take it and use it to your advantage. That is my truth of the matter. And with that being said, The Truth with Sherwin Hughes is up next, as always. Thanks, Tony. Always.
And GoFundMe is not a scholarship. I had to say that. GoFundMe is not a scholarship. Y'all have a great day.
It is aid, but it's not a scholarship. Yes.
Right. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes is up next. Peace out.
Peace out.
It's College Month on the award-winning 1017 The Truth, and we want to help your young scholar get those free scholarship dollars. All month long, we'll be highlighting local universities who offer full tuition scholarships and local organizations who help students find thousands of dollars in scholarships each year. So be sure to tune into 1017 The Truth's College Month so you can learn how your scholar can get those scholarship dollars. College Month on The Truth is sponsored by Educators Credit Union, American Family Insurance, Gruber Law Offices, and Associated Bank.
We didn't know what to expect. We were just left in a hotel.
My mom was doing drugs in the house.
Tay and Brianna spent years of their childhood in homes that weren't safe. They were placed in foster care and longed for a permanent, loving home.
I didn't know what my future was.
I wouldn't speak to anyone. I was afraid of everything.
With help from the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption, Brianna and Tay were adopted and now feel excited about their futures.
I'm studying to be a chef, and I really want to travel the world.
I'm going to be a mechanic, and I can focus on my career.
Right now, in the United States, there are more than 100,000 children in foster care, just like Brianna and Tay, who need a family now. Learn how you can help at davethomasfoundation.org.
One smile is great, but one smile in a community of smiles is so much better. A smile has a secret power that most people don't know about. A smile multiplies. It spreads from one person to the next, stretching across entire groups of people. Smile Train knows this and is proud to be creating a wave of smiles across the cleft lip and palate community in over 70 countries. Patients, doctors, advocates, fundraisers. Collectively, our smiles are a celebration of the transformed lives of over 1.5 million children. Learn how Smile Train is helping the cleft lip and palate community at smiletrain.org/learn. Smile Train, changing the world one smile at a time.
You're listening to the new 1017 The Truth, founded in partnership with Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee. A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. Sherry and Tracy Syfax are the very definition of a power couple. Tracy is principal partner at a successful real estate development firm, while Sherry is a marketing executive, author, and dating coach. As entrepreneurs with fingers in many pies, Sherry and Tracy know how easy it is to get overwhelmed. To keep things simple, they get outside help when it comes to finances. Sherry talked to Bloomberg about how doing that has made a big difference.
Sometimes where we go wrong in business, especially in entrepreneurs, is that we try to do it ourselves. We try to wing it ourselves. And having that outside help really helps us look at every single line item. So we know what percentage